What's up, TV land, YouTube? How we doing today? So I just wanted to touch base with y'all. I got a new little project I'm working on. I just acquired this 2000 Honda Rancher 350. This is full-time four-wheel drive. Starting on the teardown. So I got the gas tank off. I got all the plastics and everything out. Got the carburetor off. Keep in mind, I've never done this, all right? I've never done anything like this. So all you guys out there that don't think you can, yes, you can. And yes, I am. We gonna get this sucker running right. Now, like I said, it runs like a champ, but it smokes like a freight train. So the pistons are damaged, or the piston rings are damaged. So what I've done is I ordered a whole new top end kit. I'm talking pistons. We got a new cylinder. We got piston rings. Everything. I got gaskets, the whole 9 yards. I got new valve seals too, because that's important if you're gonna rebuild the top end. And then I got these clips to put all the plastics back together. And I bought a couple of extra things. So yeah, air filter. I bought a ton of oil filters because after you build a top end, from what I've read, you gotta break it in and you have to do quite a few oil changes in the first week or so. So that's where we are, and we're gonna get this thing restored and running back right. Like I said, it runs good, just smokes, and it's embarrassing, especially when you get around other guys. You know, you don't want your stuff smoking. You want it to run good, and you might as well take care of it. Even if it is ugly as sin, you want it to take care of it. Take pride in what's yours. Guys, we got that cylinder head off, and we got that piston up out of there. And by my surprise, the cylinder actually looks really good. So didn't the piston. I'm thinking that the rings were not installed correctly and or the valve seals. We're gonna start on the new rings. I put those towels down there to cover up the lower engine. I didn't want anything falling down in there. So I'm gonna put the new piston and rings on, and then we're gonna drop the cylinder head in there and put the gasket in, and then we're gonna call that it for tonight. And we'll come back tomorrow, but I'll bring y'all right back to let y'all see this piston installed. Got the new rings on there, and they're in the correct order. Gonna go ahead and put it on the rod and put it in the cylinder. New piston on. Gonna go ahead and put the final wrist clip in, and then put the cylinder head on. All right, got that new cylinder, got the piston and the rings inside that new cylinder, and it took me about 30 minutes. Pure cussing, nothing but fussing. But it's in there. So now we're going to go ahead and put the heads on and get the valves cleaned, adjusted, and get the new seals on there. I forgot to start recording, but I'm in the process of cleaning these valves. There's a lot of carbon buildup, so I'm going to bring you back when it's super clean. This is the head. All right, got those valves cleaned up. We are now putting on new valve seals, and we are lapping these valves so that way they seat properly. And yeah, we rocking it out. All right. We got them valve seals in there. Got those valves back installed. They're all lapped and seated. So you're gonna start putting this motor back together. Head back on. Gonna put those bolts and push rods and everything else in there and keep this party rolling. Got the engine completely rebuilt. Got the valve cover on there. Head is all in place. The only thing left to do now is put the exhaust, the airbox, carburetor, and all that good stuff on it, and then we will fire it up. But first, we're gonna change the oil, because the oil that's in there is bad. So we're gonna change that oil, put fresh oil, then we'll fire it up, let it run for about 20 minutes. Then we're going to change the oil again. We got the carburetor on. We got the fuel tank back on. We got the air intake tube back on. We're going to go ahead and put our air box on, connect everything, and drop this oil. Put some fresh oil in, new oil filter, air filter, and crank it up. I finally got it all back together. I'm going to go ahead and put the seat on and crank it up. I got the oil change and everything. I'm going to run it for about 20 minutes at 50% throttle, and then I'm going to cut it off, drain the oil, and then run it hard tomorrow for about 5 or 6 hours. And then, drain the oil. So, hey, like I said, man, Anybody can do it. I ain't never done nothing like this in my life. So if I can do it, you can do it too. If you want to go to the moon, baby, you can go to the moon. If you want to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever, you can do it. If I can, so can you. I got this sucker put back together. Let's take it out, crank it up, make sure everything's working right. There's no leaks and there's no smoke. We're going to go ahead and break it in for about 20 minutes. And like I said, we're going to dump the oil. Then we'll come back tomorrow morning, put fresh oil in. We'll run it for about 5 or 6 hours. Come back home, dump the oil, run it for about a week, dump the oil. We're breaking this engine in. So that's what we're going to do, breaking in. But right now, this is the first crank. Let's go ahead and get it on. She's ready. Alright guys, there she is, running good, no smoke. I've started her. This is the second oil change so far, so now I'm going to go ahead and run it and ride it pretty hard. So far no smoking. Let's go ahead and get on it. Alright guys, now that we got this engine rebuilt, let's take a ride. Eyes watery from not wearing no glasses.